Today in this class we are going to learning that is impact of government policy changes on business and industry. I already explained you that in the last class, that is what are that government has been made it that changes in their policy. This policy, how that affect to that business and industry. This policy has been changed in the year of 1991. With the year of 1991, the LPG model was introduced. What is that LPG model? L stand for liberalization, P stand for privatization, G stand for globalization. With the help of the well understanding, let us once again I'll explain you that this is the new economic reforms. With the economic reforms, the LPG model was introduced. That means liberalization. What is that liberalization here? Reduced government controls and restriction. Before that 1991, there is no freedom to the private sector. But after that, introducing in the 1991 LPG model, that L giving the meaning of reduced government controls and restriction. That means the government has been reduced their control and restriction, rules and regulation, and they have given the free or they have given the freedom to the private sector. It is called liberalization. Coming to that privatization, this privatization also is a set of new economic reforms. From the new economic reforms only, the LPG model has taken the birth. Here privatization in very simple, they have given the very much importance, very much role to the private sector, and they have reduced the role to the public sector. It is called privatization. And next, coming to that globalization, that means globalization is nothing but they have given that important, they have given the competition in a global economy, and with the customers they can get a benefit. What is that benefit? They can get a quality of a goods and services. They have that more option choice. The customer can they have the choice. They can prefer that any quality of goods and services, even if that the firm or a company or organization, they will going to focus on their technological environment. Now we're going to discuss that is impact of government policy changes on business and industry. Here that from the policy changes, they have the different factor affected. What are the factors here that are what are the changes? First one, increased competition, and second one, more demanding customers. Point number 3, rapidly changing technological environment, and fourth one, need for developing human resources. Let us discuss one by one in detail. First one, increased competition. That means as a result of changes in the rules of industry licensing and entry of foreign firms, competition for Indian firms has been increased, especially in service industry like telecommunication, airlines, banking, insurance, which were earlier in the public sector. That means a very simple, increased competition is nothing but they have given the freedom to the private sector, or the government, they have made it the changes in the industrial licensing. That means what the government has providing the licensing to the firm, they have made it some changes. With this changes, the private sector has getting a very much advantage. That means they are start up their business in Indian firms, especially it was increased. They have given the more competition in the Indian firms, especially in service sector. What are the service sector? A best example, telecommunication, airlines, banking, insurance. Understood? But before that, introduced that 1991 this model in India, they have that more public sector. But after that 1991, we can see that private sector, they have established their business. This is called increased competition. Once again I'll explain. Increased competition is nothing but the government has given that they have changed that some industry licensing. With this, the foreign firm, they can establish their business in India, especially in service sector, example telecommunication, banking, insurance, etc. And next we have that more demanding customers. That means nowadays the customers has becoming more awareness, they are getting a more information regarding to the product and services, because in a market they have that increased competition. That means the customer having a wider choice. With that wider choice, they can get a very good quality, a very good quality of goods and services. They may give a feedback regarding to the quality of goods and services, like a good, bad, average, excellent, like that. They can give a feedback. With that feedback, the company can focus to increase their quality of goods and services. Once again, I'll repeat, more demanding customers is nothing but customers. Today's customer, they are becoming more awareness. They are getting more information regarding to the product and services. Why? Because in market they have that more competition. With this competition, customer getting a wider choice of goods and services. Not only the goods and services, a good quality of goods and services. It is called more demanding customers. And next we have that rapidly changing technological environment. That means increased competition. With increased competition, that factor or that forces may affect to that firm developing that new way of technological or upgradation of technological or innovation of technological. This all that factor depending upon that survival or a growth in the market. Understood? This is called rapidly changing technological environment. That means, once again I'll repeat, rapidly changing technological environment is nothing but increased competition. With the help of that increased competition, this competition forces or factors, it affect to that organization. What is it? Survival or a growth question for a organization. What they have to do? That means they have to change that technological, one option. They have to modify the technological. They have to innovate new technological. This technological they have to adapt in the production, or they have to increase their output. Not only increase that output, with the quality of goods and services they have to increase. This is called rapidly changing technological environment. And next we have that need for developing human resources. That means the new market condition require people with a higher competence and greater commitment. That means after the changing that these policies are because of in Indian enterprises suffered along with inadequate trained personnel. That means in India, after changing this industrialization, all those things, the human resources is not getting a proper training, so that the organization has to focus that to give a training to that human resources. That means with the help of that market condition, it requires, that means a competency or greater commitment human forces. If they suppose the organization they can get this competency or greater commitment, they can increases a profit, or they can get a growth or a survive in the market. This is all about the impact of government policy changes on business and industry. Thank you.